What is up, my friends? You are very welcome along to our player ratings here on Anfield Agenda after Liverpool somehow throw away a 3-goal lead and then find a winner deep in injury time to beat Spurs by 4 goals to 3. I don't know how I'm going to start picking the bones out of that with regards to player scores, but we will do our best. You know the drill by now. I'm going to go through all the players, including the subs, give them a score out of 10, ask you guys to play along in the comment section and let me know your thoughts on the game. Who was your man of the match? Many other thoughts that I'm sure you want to get off your chest. The comments are open, and as I said, do hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. Before I get stuck into it, just a little word on our sponsor Circl. Not only are they the football sweepstakes game, they have now recently released their brand new game, Match 5 numbers in 5 fixtures to win £1 million. Check out the Circl app for full details on that. You can download it by scanning the QR code in the top right corner of this video or going to the description of this video where you'll find the link. You need to be 18 years or over, you need to be a UK resident, and of course you need to be aware it is a gambling product, and best of luck to all of you. Right, let's start off with Alisson. Yeah, it's a difficult one this for Alisson because I'm thinking through the goals and I don't really feel like he could have done anything more with them. I think he commanded his box as well as he could when the balls were played in. The Richarlison one looped up over him, so that was unlucky. But he's still part of a defence that's leaky, so I'm really struggling here on Alisson. But I'm going to start off by giving the goalkeeper a score of 6 out of 10 today for Alisson. There was an occasion there in the first half as well where he was lucky the Virgil van Dijk was behind him to clear off the line. But yeah, again, we were opened up way too easily. Moving on though to the outfield players, and we're starting off with this man. And look, I'm not happy. I'm not happy with Andy Robertson today. I thought that his passing was atrocious, but importantly, he caused the second goal, because of his defensive line was too deep. He was playing Son onside. The rest of the line, if you look across, everybody played it perfectly. And yet again, Andy Robertson was sitting a little bit too deep, and that's what played Son onside, and that's where the goal came from. So I want better from Andy Robertson. He's capable of better, but his passing's just not good enough. It's always too low or always inside and never really looking to be progressive enough, in my opinion. And it must be under instruction that he keeps cutting inside as well, but it is doing my bicky and Robbo. Please at least try and take a man on. But look, today, not good enough from Andy Robertson. Got to give him a score of 5 out of 10 today for Robbo. He needs to be a lot better. Moving on though to Virgil van Dijk, and again, not very happy with Van Dijk today. How are we beaten so much aerially? How are we so easy to get at? And look, before people start in the comments about the goal for Spurs, the first one, he slipped. It happens. He was covering Kanade. He was a little bit further ahead if you look at how the move developed. He was pushing, putting pressure on Son. Spurs played a very quick ball into the channel. Van Dijk came across to try and cover Perisic. He cut back inside. Van Dijk slipped. Perisic plays the ball over the top and Kane scores. But that being said, he's not good enough these days. He just isn't. And any way I dress it up or want to reminisce about the good old days, Virgil van Dijk needs to start being under pressure for a starting position because I don't think he's at his best anymore. And I'm starting to get concerned about it. So I'm going to give Virg a score today of 6 out of 10. And I feel like that's a generous 6. Moving on now to his centre-back partner, Ibrahim Kanade, who I felt was maybe a bit fortunate to be able to come straight back into the team. Very rare that a player will come in and have a man-of-the-match performance and be dropped, but that is what happened with Joel Matip. Kanade was lucky today that perhaps he didn't give away a penalty. I mean, he had hands on Richarlison for no reason, and if you give the referee a decision to make, you could be in trouble, and we got away with it. And yeah, it would have been very soft, but still needless. Time and time again today, though, I felt like we're just too exposed to the middle. And yes, we have the recovery pace of Kanade to come in and help on Trent's side, but something needs to give here, because every time somebody goes through the centre, whether it be a midfield with a runner or a ball over the top, we're exposed and it's worrying, and Klopp has to figure it out because we've got 2/3 of the jigsaw together, a little bit more to go. So like his centre-back partner beside him, I'm going to give Ibu a score of 6 today. Can be better, it needs to be better. Moving on to midfield now. Oh no, sorry, back across to Trent, which is kind of into midfield. Going forward today, again, breathtaking stuff at times. The assist from Trent Alexander-Arnold for Curtis Jones for that first goal. Only really him, De Bruyne, are capable of those type of balls on a regular basis. Maybe Ward-Prowse whipping one in as well. But it was exceptional. It was absolutely delicious from Trent. And this new role that Jurgen Klopp has created for Trent is getting the best out of him. Yes, I know we still need to speak about the defensive side of things with us conceding as many as we do. But from Trent's position, it's brilliant. And more of this, please. So Trent today, I'm going to give a score of 7. I thought he was really good for the first half. Second half, Spurs were getting at us a bit, and I would have liked to have seen a bit more defensive awareness from Trent in the second half. A bit more. I don't know. I'm sort of waffling here a little bit because I'm still trying to figure out what on earth happened in that game. But I'm going to stick with the score of 7 for Trent anyway. Right, we move on now into midfield. And we go for Fabinho. Again, strange one because a lot of the time he was there mopping up balls and he was keeping it simple. But again, I ask, how do teams like... There was one point that Højbjerg went through 5 Liverpool players through the centre of the pitch without anyone laying a glove on him, without anyone bringing him down. So Fabinho, for me, I'm going to say what I've said for the last 2 months. I think we need to look at replacing Fabinho in this part of the pitch. I think Fabinho's best days are behind him. I'm not trying to say he's a root fault of any of our bad form this season, but he hasn't been at it. He looks like he's over the hill to me. And I think Liverpool should be looking to add in some fresh legs there in the summer. And his position should be under threat if, of course, he remains at the club. So score today for him. I'm going to give him a score of 6 out of 10 as well. Moving across to this gentleman here, my man of the match again, and I never thought I'd be saying this so consistently, but Curtis Jones today was outstanding with his press, outstanding with his energy levels, outstanding with his work rate and vision, and again had a sniff for a goal, got in at the far post, kept his composure, finished it well. And I have to just put my hands up and say, if he keeps playing like this, he has a very, very, very bright future at the football club. It's almost as if, unburdening himself with the information about his injury now has to be managed has freed him up a bit or something. But this is a version of Curtis Jones I think you'll agree we can all get behind, and one that we all want to succeed. So well done, Curtis. Well done, Jurgen Klopp, for keeping showing faith in him, and hopefully he can keep it up. I thought he was absolutely tremendous today. Curtis Jones gets an A for me, and he is my man of the match. So let me know if you agree or disagree. Right, we'll move back in. 1 second, sorry folks. Yeah, there we go. Move back across now to Harvey Elliott. Difficult one, and he is a scapegoat a lot of the time. I don't like to see Harvey Elliott get a lot of the criticism he gets. I think we need to remember he's still 19. And yes, I know Jude Bellingham's 19, but Jude Bellingham's a generational talent. Harvey Elliott is still finding his way. And probably was the wrong decision for Klopp today not to go with Henderson on that right-hand side. But I can understand his thinking. If you look at the heat maps of Henderson's last game, he was our furthest man forward on the right. And Klopp was probably thinking, well, if we put Elliott into those advanced roles on the right, maybe we'll have a bit more joy. But I didn't think it worked today, in all honesty. And I still have faith in the young man. But I'm going to give him a score of 6 out of 10 today. Again, let me know if you agree or disagree with that one. Now we move into the top end of the pitch, and how brilliant was it to see Lucho back starting a game for Liverpool Football Club. And he was explosive, and that first 15 minutes was just like the Red Arrows again. It was amazing to see, and his goal was stunning. The finish at the near post, to be able to control it as good as he did and get it past Fraser Forster so quickly was outstanding. He is brilliant. I love him, and I cannot wait to watch him develop at Liverpool. I cannot wait to have more of these moments, and I'm so happy he's back. Didn't actually expect him to start today. I thought maybe he wouldn't have had enough minutes in the bank for the medical side to give the nod from the start. But he did start. He did get to 60 or 65. And that will certainly stand them in very good stead for the remainder of the season. Great to have you back, Lucho. Going to give him a score of 7 out of 10 today. Let me know your thoughts. Right, now we move on to Mohamed Salah. How great was it to see him tuck away that penalty, right? And the absolute Leroy on the man to just dink it down the middle as well. He is a braver man than I will ever be. And well done to Mo for that. Great to see him get his goal. And had some good moments in the game today. I thought he was quite clever in a lot of his movement. I thought he was clever in some of his link-up play. Don't think he was at all selfish today. Worked really hard. Was tracking back. good performance from me from Mo. At the top end of the pitch, I was far happier than at the other end of the pitch. So Mohamed Salah, got to give him a score of 7 out of 10 today. Well done, Mo. Now we move on to this gentleman. I mean, look at that smile. How could you not love that smile? He has been phenomenal since he's come to the football club. And to think some of the uneducated, ill-informed opposition fans have been trying to call this lad a failure, he is absolutely amazing. His work rate is second to none. His defensive work is top-notch. He's adding big moments at the opposite end of the pitch in now. Was obviously fouled for the penalty. He's just brilliant. He is exactly what we need in that number 9 position. The way Klopp wants us to play. Masterstroke from the recruitment team. Cody Gakpo is going to have an unbelievable career at Liverpool, and I can't wait to continue to watch it unfold. Love the man to bits. Going to give him a score today also of 8 out of 10. I thought he was brilliant. Didn't get himself a goal, but did everything but. We're moving on to the bench now, and we talk about the captain first, Jordan Henderson. He was needed when he came on. It was the right substitution at the right time. Maybe a little bit later than some of us would have liked, but it was the right change. Did he do much when he came on, though? I don't know. The Spurs onslaught continued, and we were lucky to get the win. But look, I do understand Klopp making that change. Maybe he didn't feel Hendo had the legs to start the game. I don't know. But going to give the captain a 6. Very hard to gauge these substitute appearances, especially when we're backs against the wall like we were. Diogo Jota. Again, the little cameo from the bench gave us everything of a Diogo Jota performance. Frustration, stupidity in potentially getting himself almost a red, and then a moment of magic for the goal that he'd absolutely no right to score. So, I don't know. Pick a number. It's he's like a modern day Luis Garcia, and I keep saying it. He does things that drive you mad, and then he does things that have you crying tears of happiness, and I'll take it. But one thing we all know, without any shadow of a doubt, is he is better than Figo. Definitely. Diogo Jota, for your winner today, sir, have a 7 and a massive pat on the back, and thank you so much for taking victory from the jaws of a draw, because I couldn't have listened if we had have thrown that away and not got a win. So thank you, Diogo. Now, Darwin Núñez. I'm not going to sugarcoat this. I thought he was awful. Again, didn't offer anything when he came on. Looks confused. Looks like a bit of a headless chicken at times running around. And look, I believe he'll come good. I do. I don't have doubts about that. But he's absolutely not chomping at the bit to start. The manager's decision and thought process on him is spot on. He isn't there yet. He isn't up to good or up to speed with the pressing, and he just doesn't look comfortable in his movement. He just looks a bit scattergun, and until we can tame that down a bit and get him more, I suppose, just tuned in on when to use that energy and that craziness and that enthusiasm, we need to tame it down a little bit, and that'll hopefully come with maturity, with more minutes and with more exposure to the system. But I do agree with Klopp not playing him these days. I don't think he deserves to be starting, and I don't think he's doing enough when he comes on to justify starting the next game. So going to give him a score of 6, and I say that with a heavy heart because I want him to succeed. I really do. Moving on now to Jimmy Milner. In case of emergency, break glass. To see out a game and get a win, bring on Jimmy Milner. And look, he did, I think, if my memory's right, it was either him or Salah gave away the free kick that led to Spurs equaliser from Richarlison. But look, you bring Jimmy Milner on for those moments in the middle where he breaks up play, stops the game, and stops the momentum of the opposition if they're looking to come on late in a game. So for that, and the fact that we somehow managed to get it, we'll give Jimmy Milner a score of 6, sure. And again, just for those of you who may not be aware, there's been a lot of links this week to him with a potential move to Brighton in the summer. So look, my friends, that brings to an end the end of our player ratings. Let me know if you agree or disagree in the comment section. Who was your man of the match? And again, massive shout out to our sponsor, Circl. Scan the QR code in the top corner or go to the link in the description of the video, and you can play along with us in the future. Much love. Bye bye.